Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie. If you are new here, I do all kinds of lifestyle videos, motherhood vlogs, things like that, but I also take you guys through our budget. So today I will be taking you through our budget recap of August, telling you guys what went on. There's a lot going on right now. I kind of explained it in Wednesday's video a little bit, and I will be explaining it in a vlog next week even more, but I'll probably get into it a little bit in this video just because it's necessary. My daughter is moving and she's supposed to be napping. We're gonna hope that she stays asleep because it's way too early for her to wake up. I'm gonna try to film this while she's on her nap, show you guys what happened in August, why it's kind of all over the place. Also, if we're sitting here and you see this pop out, it's a heart monitor, nothing to worry about. I'm just wearing it for 2 weeks just to like watch my, I have a lot of heart racing and palpitations, so rather safe than sorry. We're just watching my heart for like 2 weeks. So anyways, if you see that popping out, that's why. I'm tired of wearing shirts that cover it up. So that's the way it is. Let's jump in and see what happened in August. Okay, so first of all, you can probably hear water or something running in the background. I have no idea why nobody's using it. Ignore that if you can hear it. However, let's jump into this. So going through our income, we ended up making about $1,100 more than we were anticipating, although like 250 of that was savings. So let's say, I don't know, $850, $800, $900 more than anticipated. I budgeted low for my income, plus I got a small YouTube payment, which I get every like 2 to 3 months. I get like maybe 100, like you basically have to hit $100 before they will pay you out. So it's something over $100. And then I made a little bit more than I was anticipating with my blogs. So about $305 more there. And we got a $600 payment for some personal training that Ben does. So that wasn't budgeted. I never budget that. And then here we had a little bit of interest, and then I had to move over a little bit of money from savings because you'll see why in a minute. But however, if you watched my July budget recap, we moved over like $1,500 of savings or something like that. So I really wasn't that mad about it because I didn't move anything over as rollover last month. So you'll see why things are a little bit crazier than we were anticipating. So moving on to this section, it looks like our renter's insurance went up. I'm not really sure why, and that might change again too, so we'll see. Everything else is normal-ish. So it was a little bit over budget for Pilates this month. Well, I must have put the $15 somewhere else where I didn't know. But basically I paid a little bit more in Pilates this month because they charged me a $15 like freeze fee, but I actually was supposed to restart this month. I know that they refunded me that $15, so I must have like put it somewhere else, but I'm not gonna spend time like messing around with it. Just know that I didn't actually spend that. Ben did take care of our internet. However, it looks like this payment still went through as $111, so hopefully next month it will be lower. As far as this stuff, I was a little bit over on Spotify, and that's because Ben missed the payment in July because his card number changed, so he ended up paying for it twice, and it looks like it's a little bit more too, so I should probably change that. Okay, I'm sure I paid Libsyn, so again, it was a crazy month. I don't even know exactly what happened. I was a little bit over on my business going out for coffees because I went more than one time, which is I wasn't anticipating doing. Our debt was the same. We didn't pay anything extra this month. However, look at this section. Oh, gosh, okay. So let's talk about it. Groceries were a little bit over, not anything crazy, but part of the issue is that the farmer's market is just a lot and we're not necessarily spending less in other areas. And then I keep going to Fruitful Yield, which is like a health food store, and it's like a candy store for people with food intolerances because I keep finding like cool stuff. So I just need to stop going there, which you'll see in a minute. We won't be as close to it very soon. So we were a little bit over budget here on Costco. Restaurants and takeout, we were over budget, double over budget. Again, this is a me problem. I think only like a couple of these are with Ben, so most of it's me. Again, I'm just still eating out more than I should be. Although you can't see it right now, but I just meal prepped some bison, some hamburgers, and some turkey meat. So I'm going to try to eat at home a little bit more this week and next week. We're also going to be moving soon in the next 10 days, literally 9 days, 10 days. The budget might be a little bit crazy in September too, but I do really need to chill on this. I keep blaming it on pregnancy, and some of it is pregnancy. I've been much hungrier this pregnancy. So like if we're out and about, as soon as I feel like I need to eat like then. I just need to be a little bit more prepared. But this is definitely a me problem. But we did get, like, Ben and I both got noodles. Fat Rosie's and Rhodey was a date that we had. Otherwise, the rest is all me. Moving on to medications and supplements, we were double over on this as well because Ben bought like a ton of supplements that I wasn't anticipating. Plus, I ended up buying some more lotion from my acupuncturist, and I didn't realize how much it was going to be. It's totally worth it though. I've been using it my whole pregnancy. It's pregnancy safe, and it helps with like my headaches and stuff. So that was worth the $45. But this payment right here was the big kahuna. Moving on to household, we were over by $71. The biggest reason actually is because two things. We went to Old Navy at the beginning of the month. We spent a lot more money than I was anticipating. We went there for Ivy, but Ben found a bunch of stuff. And if you guys don't know, he just like doesn't have a lot of clothes. So I would say like once to 3 times a year, we will go to like Old Navy or Target or Banana Republic or something like that, and he'll drop a good amount of money on clothing. We ended up spending way more there than I was anticipating. Plus I didn't, and actually that probably should have been in our personal spending, but because part of it was for Ivy, it just is what it is. It was like supplies, I guess. Got a couple TJ Maxx things in there. Facebook Marketplace, I bought something for the new baby from there. We had to get some mold detergent and stuff like that. We spent a lot on household this month. Moving on to beauty, we were a little bit over on that because I got my nails done twice. I guess we were a lot over on that. Oh, I got my nails done, plus I got a pedicure. So that's why it was like more expensive one of the times. And then I did get makeup from Sephora, and that was like $90. Sephora's so expensive. So I don't go there very often. Personal spending, we were over quite a bit on this. This was a lot of maternity clothes for me. Some stuff from Costco, Pink Blush maternity kints. Looks like I got a book, maternity clothes from Target, and Amazon maternity clothes. There might be a couple other things in here too, but I got quite a bit of maternity clothes. I put a video about this on TikTok. So if you follow me on TikTok, you can see that there, but you'll probably see some of the clothes. I might have showed you guys a little bit in one of my vlogs. I don't remember. Moving on to doctors, we were under budget on this one. Utilities, we were just barely under budget. Car, we were over budget because our tire was like flat or had something wrong with it, so we had to fix that. And then Cora and Finn, we were under budget, and miscellaneous, we were under budget. So you'll see here, rental applications via Zillow. So that's $70 of it because we each had to pay $35. I won't go into the whole big long detail because the video before this and the video that comes out next week on Wednesday will both go into detail with this, but the fast and dirty story of this, if you haven't seen on Instagram or TikTok or one of my other videos, we have to move from this house, and we're moving in 10 days. Today's the 3rd. So actually when you see this video, it'll be like the next weekend that we're moving. We are moving from this house. We found toxic mold in the house. We knew that we had mold exposure, but we weren't sure it was in the house. We had the house tested, found toxic mold. Didn't fully trust that the landlord would clean it to the ability or the amount that we would want it cleaned. Obviously, Ben's had a lot of health issues. I've had a lot of health issues. I am pregnant, so I can't do any like medications or supplements or detoxes or anything like that. And we have a toddler and we have dogs that are down here all the time. So it just felt safer for us to move. Now with that, the rental market here in Illinois is terrible. We don't want to be here long term, so we're not going to purchase. Plus, we couldn't purchase something that we even wanted here anyway. So we looked at a couple of houses. We actually looked at one in Crystal Lake, which is about 45 minutes from here, that was beautiful. The outside literally had its own pond. It was like on an acre of land. It was in this beautiful neighborhood that reminded us so much of Raleigh. It was like hilly and beautiful. But first of all, it was 45 minutes away from family, and they help us with free like childcare. So that would have been really hard on them and on us, but on them. The biggest issue though, we're leaving this house because there's toxic mold. And when we went in that house, there was a very distinct smell. I'm fairly certain it was cat pee, but two things. One, I don't know that for sure, and I'm not gonna move from one moldy house into another house that could possibly have some sort of allergen or damage. Knowingly, at least, if you guys have been around, you know that we've lived in a couple of moldy homes. We just didn't realize how much it was affecting us. Two, even cat pee, from what I've been told, is like very hard to near impossible to get out of anywhere that you live, but especially someplace where we rent and we weren't gonna like take out the flooring and do all that stuff on our own. We ended up not going with that place even though it was bigger. The house wasn't necessarily like the right setup for us, but it was bigger, which would have been helpful. And the outside was just insane. And the neighborhood was, I'm like still really sad about it, but it just wasn't gonna work, and it just would have been too much. So we ended up renting a place, I don't know, like 10 minutes from where we live now. We'll still be within 10 minutes of Ben's family. However, it's about the same size house. It's maybe a little bit bigger. It's still a split level because apparently every house in Illinois is a split level, it feels like, which I hate split levels. So we're not really gaining anything in the sense of space. The bedrooms are still close together. So like Ben working from home is still gonna affect Ivy, is still gonna affect a new baby. I will say the layout is a little bit better. So I'll probably show you guys that in an upcoming like house tour or moving vlog or something. You guys will see that it's set up better than this house is. It's like not an unsafe neighborhood by any means, but the neighborhood that we live in is like very nice. Our neighbors are like older and they're very kind, and like they're all super sad that we're leaving. It seems like our new neighbors are nice. Apparently they have a dog, which I'm a little bit nervous about, but just because with having little kids around the type of dog that they have, and also my dogs don't necessarily do great with other dogs, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm giving you guys way more information on this than I initially intended to. That is that our rent will be a little bit higher. We're going to be in a neighborhood that we don't like as much. However, the landlord seems very nice. The house is set up a little bit better, so it'll be a little bit nicer for like day to day. Our kitchen isn't in like a dark room, things like that. But it will be sad to lose this neighborhood and to be paying more in rent, especially when our income is going to go down a little bit at the end of this year. So we're kind of taking this as like, you know, this year we like really get solid on our finances and we really get solid on our health, and hope to God that there's not mold in this house too. And Ben can do some healing, and then quite honestly, we're probably gonna move back to North Carolina. We'll see what happens. We're not there yet. It wouldn't be for at least a year. That is what's going on, but that's why there's so many like things are kind of all over the place. And you'll see actually in next month's, like September, we ended up having to purchase a lot of things that we couldn't keep because of, well, we could, but we were working with like a mold specialist and our doctors and things like that, and felt that it was safest for us to get rid of like our pop sound chair that's down here, the dog beds that are down here. We're getting rid of our mattress. It was already at like the age where you should get rid of it anyway. We are getting rid of our couch because there is visible mildew and mold on it, which sucks. So we had to purchase that. We had to purchase a bunch of like mold cleaning supplies. So we will be cleaning anything cloth that we are keeping. We'll probably be replacing things like bath towels, dish rags, things like that, that are like easy to replace instead of, you know, having to go through the whole rigmarole. We'll be cleaning all of our clothing, getting rid of any clothing that we don't need. So it's a lot of purging and purchasing new stuff. So our savings is taking a big hit. Big hit. I'm very grateful that we had gotten our savings up to like 26,000, but she's gonna be down for a while. So anyways, that is what is going on. We spent about $1,000 more than we were anticipating in variable expenses this month, and it'll be more next month because I put like the couch and the mattress and all that stuff on our credit card to pay off with our savings. I also need to look in to see if like our renter's insurance will help with any of that stuff. I don't know if it will with like the molds. I don't know. I guess we could look into it, but I'm not really sure. I went very over budget on this category because I did not budget enough, but basically, oh, and part of it was, okay, so I did buy a gift for my friend Michelle because it was her birthday, and I bought a baby shower gift for a cousin. So that was a good amount of money between those two things. But then we decided to switch before we found out we were moving in September, we decided to change our baby shower to the end of September so that Ben's grandparents could come before they go back to Florida for the year. Yeah, I ended up having to buy a bunch of the baby shower stuff and invites and things like that in August when I was planning to do that in September's budget. I didn't put any money in savings because, as you saw, we took $250 out of savings, but I did put $420 away for my business taxes. So that is how we zeroed out this month's budget. We were obviously over budget this month, and things are gonna be a little bit crazy the next few months, but we're gonna try to do the best that we can with what we have. We're very grateful that we have savings, and very grateful we have the jobs that we have. Grateful that we have the ability to leave this place. We're gonna be sad to see the neighborhood go, and we really didn't want to move. Like, if anything, we wanted to move away. We didn't want to move to another house here that isn't even what we want, but we felt like that was the safest and best option for our family, because as much as money, you know, is important and all of those things, our health is the most important. Our health, the new baby's health, Ivy's health, our dog's health, all of that is more important than our savings, and that is why we built up a savings. And I, you know, hope that someday we have like a much bigger savings, but I'm grateful that this isn't gonna like wipe us clean. It's gonna be crazy. So that is what happened in August. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.